sometimes people think the baptism of fire is the same thing as the baptism of the Holy Spirit, because didn't tongues of fire light on the heads of those who were present on the day of Pentecost and they received the Holy Spirit? That's what we want. That's the baptism of fire. Well, having a little fire light over your head isn't a baptism to begin with. And take the statement in its context. Who's John talking to? He's talking to a bunch of repentant people, but he's also talking to some Pharisees and Sadducees who had come out that he called a brood of vipers. And so to this mixed crowd, John says, Jesus is going to baptize some with the Holy Spirit and with fire. Some will get the Holy Spirit and some will get fire. Now, why would I think that that's not one and the same thing? Well, look at the contrast. Look at how he describes the fire. He describes it as a winnowing. You gather the wheat, you separate the chaff from, does this sound familiar? You separate the chaff from the grain, and you collect up all the grain, and you burn with fire, with unquenchable fire, the chaff that is left. We're talking about God's judgment here. This is not about something good that you want. This is describing a destruction that will take place on those who would be considered chaff. We see in Acts 2 that those who were present, the Spirit came with power, and they were baptized in the Spirit and began to speak in tongues, Acts 2, verses 1 through 4. But this is different. And if you want a passage for what that might look like, turn to Revelation 20 and verse 15. At the final judgment, it says that the angels of God will cast those whose names are not written in the book of life. They will cast them into a lake of fire. What happens if you take a person and you throw them in the middle of a lake? Well, they're going to get submerged. They'll be immersed. And that's what he's describing by this baptism of fire.